Welcome back to Whitt. Today we're back out here at the barn to work on the fence around the perimeter. Morning, turkey. How you guys doing? You guys ready to come outside? You guys weren't ready to go to bed last night, were you? I had to pick you up and carry you up here, huh, Piper? And I had to push you up here, herd Leo all the way up here because they wanted to go to bed in the barn last night, didn't you guys? Huh? These turkey are becoming a bit of a handful because they're not staying inside their pen during the day. Every time I let the other birds out the free range, they see them and they want to hop the fence and go free range too. Which isn't that big of a deal, but we might try and clip our wings again just to try and keep that to a minimum. I don't want to come up one night and see them roosting up in the tree where I can't get them. The last video I was up here working on getting this fence line cleared out. It's pretty much cleared and ready to go. I have all the posts in there. We just need to stretch the chain link fence across it. Probably pull down that snow fencing as well. But here is the storage pile of chain link fencing that my dad's been storing for decades, and I'm trying to get some stuff used up that he's been saving. It looks like most of these rolls are 4-foot fencing. We're not going to have a roll that covers the whole gap, so we're going to have to splice these together. So we'll probably just have to meet it at a post, cut it, and then overlap the next section. But we'll see how much fencing we have there. I'm going to try and keep it all 4 feet so it looks even, but those rolls, once you unroll them, they don't go very far. It looks a little deceiving when they have them all rolled up. But we are expecting rain later today. So in yesterday's video, we got the metal roof finished off on the turkey hut, and the rainwater harvest system back here is completely empty. I used the last bit of water this morning to give the birds. Come on, pup. So I'm really hoping we're gonna get this rain they're calling for. I do have to get the backhoe out though. There's one log up there that I need to move because it's in the way of the fence line. It's too big for me to move, so I'm gonna have to get the backhoe out just to move that. Probably tighten up the compost and maybe bring some firewood down. Get all the leaves mulched up in the yard. I'll probably get the mower out here this morning before the rain comes. I think it's supposed to come around 11 and it's probably what, 7:38 right now? 8 o'clock. So I have a few things to take care of before we get started, and then hopefully I can get my dad's help to stretch that fence. I just saw Piper hop the fence. Turkey. All right, well, I did try and mow and the mower belt broke again, so I'm gonna get in the backhoe before the rain comes and get the things moved I need to get moved out there so I don't make any muddy ruts. Come on, pup. And I'm about 98% sure that Piper and Leo are out. Oh, they're both inside. Leo and Piper are both inside the fence now. Leo was pacing the fence back and forth and he finally found his way in. Good for him. Poor Piper always leaves them all alone. Up, up. Get lined up on it. We don't have to move it far. This would have been a good time to bring my tripod, I think. Alright, yep, that'll work. That's out of the way. We can get to those fence posts now and stretch the chain link across there. These logs are actually keeper logs. I have plans for them, so we have them set to the side here. And then some of these logs in here we're going to burn for firewood. So I'm going to open this gate so I can get in here and grab some of these smaller ones that we can get ready for the fire. Smooth. All right, well, I got pretty much all the little stuff that I can grab by hand. We're gonna come up with a saw and cut these bigger chunks down. I am gonna be saving some of these bigger logs to use around the property. If you don't know, we actually had a twin maple tree to this maple over here next to the house, and it fell down. And that is what all this wood is. I was able to keep my dad from cutting it all up for firewood, so I was able to have a jungle gym for the goats for the whole growing season. And they loved climbing on this log pile. It's definitely more interesting than anything I could have built myself. But they got their whole season of enjoyment out of it. Now we're gonna use a lot of this for firewood to keep the house warm over the winter. And I got a good bucket load here, and I have a little bit more space that I can grab all the wood down there that we cleaned up from the fence line. Come on, pup, we gotta check on the turkey. Oh, I see them. The turkey are out. What are you doing, Piper and Leo? You being nice to all the little birds? You better be. Yeah, I don't mind you guys hanging out with all the other little birds as long as you're nice. Talking mainly to you, Leo. I did see you pecking some chickens though, Piper. Yeah. All right, I got more work to do. You guys stay in there for now. I don't want to run any birds over. You know what, I'll get all this stuff later. I'm not gonna mess with it without gloves on. I got all stabbed up yesterday cutting it down. So I'm just gonna take this firewood down to the house and then maybe come back up, stir the compost, and then we'll see if my dad's ready to help with the fence. Come on, pup. No, I think I'll drive. Thank you. Silly pup. He don't look ready. Beep beep. All done, pup. I don't have a ball. What'd you do with it? Girl, get on this side. On the wrong side of the fence before we even start. Come back over, girl. We're putting the fence up. We're trying to solve this problem, Piper. There you go. She doesn't like the climb of the fence. I'm pup. Easy. You're gonna scare the wrong side, pup. There you go. Almost, Pipes. There you go. Hey, getting her back over there. Don't chase. All right, let's try and close it off. We need to get more twisty ties. We're using concrete ties that you actually use this little hook to spin on. It's a real simple way to do it. Same way we did the goat pen up there. What are you doing, Piper? Is Leo bothering you? You gonna clean up all the scraps here? All right. get another roll. That one looks like it's probably the next biggest. Ow. Alright, we're actually going to use the fence puller. This section is 5 feet. I wasn't going to do 2 different size sections, but we already had the fence there, so we're just going with it. But we're going to need a ratchet strap too from down at the house. Oh, Piper. Hey Piper, you're just my free range turkey now, aren't you? Everybody else is waiting to get out. Leo keeps getting stuck. He's like a mouse in a maze, except the door's wide open and he doesn't find it. But the plan to start was to use all the same size fencing, but when we got the last roll down here, we realized it was 5 feet instead of 4 feet. And since it was already stretched out and down here, I didn't want to try and roll it back up and get a different roll. So we're just gonna go with it. So we're using zip ties just to get this up and in place and get it moving a lot quicker. And then I'm coming back with the metal ties to secure everything. And since this is the 5-foot fencing, it's a little bit heavier and harder to pull by hand. So we're gonna get the strap and the chain just like we did the goat hut fence with and get it stretched a lot tighter. And then we might just need one more section to make it back to the corner, but I do want to put a gate here at the goat hut so we can block the birds from even going back there. That's just going to be used for storage, and then this whole area I want closed in for the birds. So we're working on this fence right now, and then I'll have to go over there and get a fence across that side. If you've been watching, you know this wasn't the next thing to do on the to-do list, but since these turkey keep jumping out, I want to get this fence closed off to the neighbors so when the turkey jump out, they come down to my property instead of I lose them in the neighbors. All right, we're all hooked up. Almost. He's such a good puppy. All right, it's just starting to sprinkle now, but I'm happy with the amount of fence we got done. We started right here at the cherry tree where the old fence was still up. We attached to that and then we wrapped it up around the corner. We did start with a 4-foot fencing, and by the time we grabbed the second roll, it was 5 feet, so we just went with it. So we switched to 5 feet here and kept going up to the goat pen. And you can see it's all temporarily up with the zip ties. I still have to get all the permanent metal ties on, but we made it up to this post, which lines up to the goat hut. And this gate here is the perfect fit to go from this post over to that metal post and close off this whole area for the birds. So since that section made it to the goat hut gate, we didn't bother with the next section. We can close that off and the birds won't be even going to that other section. And since the rain didn't start, we decided to grab another roll of fencing and do the other side of the old fence. So we picked up where the old fence left off, and I did have some more posts in the ground, and we stretched off 2 more rolls until I ran out of posts. Well, it actually ended here at this tree, and I have 2 more posts, and then I don't have anything back there through the brush. But I'm hoping if the chickens come down this way, they'll come all the way to the end of this fence, and they'll want to turn this way into the path where it takes you back to my property instead of going into the brush or to the neighbors. But either way, that's the best I can do for now. I was actually just happy to get it around the curve by the compost. So now when the chickens come out, they can actually scratch around the compost and I don't have to worry about them going through the fence line. It's actually secured off now. Of course, they can fly over a 4 or 5 foot fence, but they typically don't. All right, I just gave everybody lunch so they can fill their bellies, but you guys ready to free range? You ready, ducks? Turkey? They don't know what they're doing. Come on, everybody. Come on out. I love watching them funnel out. Life, pup. Don't scare the ducks. They gotta make their U-turn. Run, ducks, run. No, the chickens are coming to the compost. Piper hopped out already too. I like watching the ducks. Hold on. Go, Mumbles, go! Yeah, I told you when she gets those wings flapping, she can move. Come on, Bert, Rufio. You can all come out and check out the new fence line. Keep it nice and clean now. It's gonna be real nice to have that all cleaned up instead of just being overgrown brush. Mostly what grows on this fence line is the black raspberry bush that has a ton of thorns in it, as well as a bunch of poison ivy. So I'm just happy to have a nice clean fence line here that I can let the animals out to, and they're gonna peck and clean that up all year long. They're probably gonna track all the way along the fence line, just keep everything mowed down now. Oh, I'm starting to feel some raindrops now. All right, that's gonna be all for this one. We should almost get a 1/4 inch of rain, so I'm really hoping it fills up the rain tanks back there. If you wanna follow along with all things here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and if you wanna support the channel even more, check out the join button with all the extra features you can get. And you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy. The gate's open, Leo. What are you doing, guy? The gate's been open. Oh, pup. Come here, pup. Come here. Come around here. Yeah, you gotta go up to get out, bud. No, you gotta go up and around. You gotta go up and around, bud. You gotta trust me. There you go, make a left. Oh, nope, not that left. Come here, pup. You're scaring them. See? Life. Leo, bud, I'm trying to help you. Come on. It's not a complicated maze here. Just make the first right. Atta boy. Atta boy. All right, now we're gonna make another left. Slow down, pup. Come on, no, 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 don't pass it up, don't pass it up. Go ahead. Out this way to free range. Echo, slow down, slow down. There you go, Leo. Find your girl. There she is. Hey, Piper, I found your boy.